Back to the Talking Hedge. I'm Josh Kincaid, Capital Markets Analyst and host of your Cannabis Business Podcast. All right, jumping into this Benzinga article with Katrina Glogowski, angel investor and attorney. Looks like Virginia adult use is going to not take 3 years as planned, but it's going to be taking effect July 1st. Katrina, thanks for being on the Talking Hedge. Tell us a little bit about what is going on. How are they able to increase that from 3 years down to 3 months?
Josh, it looks like they just did an amendment. And the amendment to the existing legislation says that some of the laws, specifically personal use and home grow, can take effect on July 1st, 2021. They're still going to hold back until 2024 for commercial cannabis, but this is a win for medicinal cannabis users that can grow at home. So yay, Virginia.
Right. And hopefully that'll get pushed forward a little bit. So even though it says 3 years for the whole rollout, maybe that'll be a lot quicker, just like this is. So it looks like Virginia is going to be the first state in the South to legalize adult use cannabis, and lawmakers kind of speeding that up a little bit. So all good news. It looks like in the end, they're going to hopefully have some time. So maybe 5 years or so for the market to mature. If you look at Washington or Oregon and another state, generally takes up to about 5 years for any program to at least start to establish some sort of normalcy or maturity. But according to some local analysts over in Virginia, they're estimating that it could generate $698 million up to $1.2 billion in economic activity. That could be huge for Virginia, who I think announced right after the election in November that they're broke and they need some money. So obviously I would put Kentucky in the mix as well, being the most underfunded state for pensions, and then anyone else who's broke. New York did it out of FOMO because they saw New Jersey. So they're like, oh, hey, we don't want anybody to leave any more than they already are leaving Manhattan. So yeah, this is basically down to cash, like we've been saying for a long time on this podcast.
Agreed, Josh. Hopefully it does not take them 3 years to roll out their cannabis program. But in the meantime, home grow and personal use is allowed. So that's a win. We'll take it.
Yeah, and there's some other news too. I think Florida is going to allow 30 cannabis oil manufacturers. Got to look into that. That just kind of came out. Texas has got a new law that's allowing for medical cannabis, I believe, or at least that's kind of hitting the floor. I don't know if it's passed or not. A lot of stuff coming out. I think Virginia is just kind of this bottleneck, and then after that, it's going to be this massive explosion. So yeah, could be celebrating here by the end of the year. Especially with Schumer trying to get Biden on board. Biden's on his own path, obviously, from day one. That guy's doing his own thing. But yeah, I mean, if you expected anything different, then whatever. I'm not even getting into that. We're gonna have to come back to Talking Hedge and find out what really happens, because we have no idea. With that, we're gonna roll this one up. I want to thank my guest, Katrina Glogowski, angel investor and attorney. Thanks for being on this Talking Hedge.
Thanks, Josh.
I'm Josh Kincaid. This is the Talking Hedge. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, or don't, and I'm out. Don't forget to smash that like button on your way out and check out these other videos that we've got.